Zix200 here with a new series, Dissecting Gaming. If you have something you want my personal opinion and viewpoint on, please leave a comment and send me down a rabbit hole. In this episode, I want to touch on gaming's biggest failure, something widespread, adopted, and adapted to all games. How this one thing can be viewed as one of the biggest and best improvements of the modern era has poisoned the industry. We are dissecting internet updates. With technology progressing so quickly, I have been on the receiving end of compatibility problems. My favorite game at one point was Robot Arena 2, and I played that game for hours and days on end on a Windows XP. Eventually the computer broke, and we had to get a new replacement. It was faster, sharper, Windows 7, and my game would no longer work. The idea that an update to the game would have kept the game in the forefront sounded amazing to me. Fast forward to now, I think the trust I had in the video game publishers is gone. There are two forms of predatory practices that this has facilitated: early access and live service games. Let me be clear, neither of these practices are inherently predatory. They have been incentivized to work that way. I would say let's start with one of the points and I'll get back to the other, but these things start the same way. First, the player pays an upfront cost. The content in both cases is limited. It's not the full game. You get it early because the developer wants to get money for an incomplete product. If you want to trust they will eventually give you the rest of the game and it's going to be worth it, that is fine. Minecraft was successful, so why wouldn't other companies be following that model? Well, you already gave them your money. We have seen multiple games cancel DLC or retract parts of their future plans for content because the player base erodes because there's nothing keeping them there. Marvel's Avengers, after 2 months, has lost 98% of its PC players and is currently on sale for 50% off. Does that sound like something a company would like to invest more money in when the player base it did have eroded away? That is the key problem. Player bases move on, especially when the product isn't that good to begin with. That is the main problem with early access. Yes, they are more obligated to add things, but by the time that happens, the hype or the main player base will dry up or get bored. Take Phasmophobia, for instance. It was really well received. People have been making YouTube content about it non-stop, but what has kept that train rolling are self-imposed challenges, trying to play the game in unintentional ways, which is awesome and fun, but to keep people involved and engaged, there needs to be a reason to play through the stagnation. A new map might keep existing players for a little bit, but it won't bring back those that have already moved on. In the live service model, there needs to be recursive payment. Some way to get money back out of the player, and as we have seen, more and more game functions are being stripped from the games we play. Character customization, skins, factions, playable characters. There has to be something to buy for a live service model to work. So the question becomes, how do we get people to pay for these things while telling normal non-players they have the ability to get them so the player base doesn't totally erode? The grind. Most games have the grind. For those of you who have experienced a mainstream title, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That skin that you want obscured in-game through a loot system, making it almost impossible that the one chest you get a day will give you what you want. Maybe it's just having to fight waves of pointless enemies. They are incentivized to keep you coming back, but hidden behind something that either takes way too much time, like any ride in Grand Theft Auto multiplayer today, or packed away in a loot box in order to have a half-decent chance in receiving what you want. You would need to play the slot machine for hours. It's one thing to be unrewarding. It's another to be unrewarding by design. This was a shift because of multiplayer games. People win a match against other people. Here's your dopamine fix. It is what I like to qualify as the minimum effort clause. If you know that a multiplayer versus will carry your game, then anything extra can be carved out for profit. Take Overwatch, interesting, different gameplay, and a loot box reward system so that they can incentivize people to come back and spend who knows how much real world money. You don't need to have all of your voice lines, all of your sprays, all of your avatars, all of your skins hidden behind loot boxes. That was not a thing up until more recent titles, because they have learned that those extra things can be stripped and sold. If someone has invested money getting the skins, maybe they invested their time into it, maybe their friends haven't moved on to this new live service game, the new game doesn't have the audience. People will revert. I've seen this with so many MOBAs. Everybody plays League of Legends. They buy skins, learn the game, and then Smite comes out. And people play it, but they miss all the stuff that they had, what they paid for, and the friends that haven't moved on. Any live service game that has competition in the same genre, it doesn't matter if one is better than the other. What matters is who they can get to invest their time and money first. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my breakdown and my experiences in dissecting internet updates. It's been kind of a wild ride, I'm not gonna lie. There's a whole bunch of stuff I want to go over, including intrinsic and extrinsic rewards. Something like that would be a really, really fun topic to discuss. It would also be interesting to hear what you all have to say about internet updates and how you've experienced them. I'm speaking as a Minecraft player myself, if you haven't seen those episodes, but the fact is there are exceptions. There are exceptions to pretty much everything. There have been really, really good early access games. There have been really, really, really poor games without any updates that have happened, and that they could have been fixed with updates. But I feel like there has to be some give and take here when it comes to the games we play and how we interact with the world around gaming. Not in the game itself, but these companies that really have piecemealed people's pastimes, people's history. I mean, what was it? The Call of Duty Modern Warfare? Was it the Modern Warfare remake? One of the Call of Duties came back out and was hidden behind, so you had to pre-purchase the next version of the Call of Duty series. And even then, they threw microtransactions into the game itself when microtransactions weren't in the original game. And it highlights the discontent that game publishers have for their audience. And I realize that it's not exclusive to video games, but I want to hear what you all think. If you liked this episode, please let me know. And if you have any suggestions for other types of conversations you want to have, I would love to create those videos. So thank you very much, and until next time, take it easy. Hey,